So if I take myself back to the time before I started mentoring with Matt, my role at the time was a gym instructor in the gym which I'm currently working at now. And I was doing around 16 to 25 hours a week as a gym instructor, and I was employed by the gym. But that meant I wasn't doing a lot of the tasks that personal trainers come in the industry to do. So I was cleaning the gym, I was cleaning toilets, I was doing a few classes, but ultimately I wasn't coaching clients. So I knew at that point that I needed to get some support to help me progress my business to where I knew it wanted to be. So fast forward around 12 weeks from that point, and Matt and the team helped me completely transform my business. So I went from working for the gym to quitting my job, and I went fully self-employed, and I began paying rent at the gym which I first started at. And fast forward that a few weeks, and I was able to fully book out my diary to the point where I was working full time, and I'm coaching around 30 clients per week. So as you can see, the transformation was huge, and it happened a lot quicker than I thought. Because Matt and the rest of the team gave me the confidence to go away and make all the changes that I knew I needed to make. So early on when we first started mentoring together, because we both knew that I didn't have any new prospects coming in and I didn't have any clients at the time, that sales was going to be a huge part of the process that I needed to learn. So that was the first thing that we focused on. And when we first started, my confidence around sales wasn't where it is now. So I used to get a little bit of anxiety going speaking to clients or prospects on the gym floor. And Matt gave me a whole process to follow, which helped me build rapport with people and take the conversation from just general chit chat to actually giving them some value to the point where they would want to become a potential client. And by implementing some of these changes over several weeks and months, I was able to build out my diary, and sales was one of the biggest parts of that we learned together. So running a fitness business has changed my life completely. So when you're employed, you don't have a lot of control over what you do with your time, who you spend that time with. And when you become a business owner or you run your own business and personal training business, you're able to get a lot of that time back. And now I'm at the point where I have a lot more control over my schedule. So I choose what hours I want to work, and it lets you be a lot more creative. So even though I'm still working full time, it's not like I'm sat on the beach sipping pina coladas. I'm still working hard. I'm choosing to do that on my terms. So I'm working with the people I want to work with, and I'm working on projects that I want to work on. And I think that's the biggest change that's happened to me. Also, personally, I think personal training's given me a lot more confidence in myself. Socially, I'm able to go and speak with people where in the past I might have been a little bit more reserved and shy. So I definitely think it's had a lot of impact on my life as a whole. So if I hadn't had that support network early on, and if I hadn't joined the mentorship program, then I think my business would have just stagnated or stayed where it was at the time. So when I first started training with Matt, I had around 2 or 3 clients, and I was really struggling to build that full schedule up. And I don't think I would have had the confidence to quit my job as a gym instructor. So yeah, if I didn't start this program, I would probably still be employed by the gym that I was at. So a complete flip really to where I am now. So if I was to give PTs coming into the industry who are new some advice, I would say the most important thing is be patient, because a lot of the skills that are required to be a personal trainer take time to learn. And personal trainers wear a lot of different hats. So you have to be a marketer, you have to be a really good coach, you have to know sales, you have to provide content and learn how to film. There's lots of different aspects to training, and you can quickly become overwhelmed if you don't focus on one thing at a time. So I definitely say be patient and learn a lot of those skills, but also get a support network of people around you, because being a personal trainer can be really lonely at times. We don't have a regular job like other people where you have colleagues to bounce ideas off of and get support that you need and talk about challenges. So getting a mentor or building a support network of peers around you can definitely help. fast track that whole process where you've got to learn all these skills. So definitely get a support network and make sure that you're patient in learning those skills. The best part about having a mentor and having a support network around you is that it lets you have laser focus on what you need to do next. So I would often come into a mentor call with lots of different ideas and sometimes feel quite overwhelmed with what I needed to do. But Matt would always focus me in on what was most important and let me just have some tangible tasks that are dead simple to work on over the next couple of weeks. So having that third party overview of what you're doing that's not you, so having someone else's perspective of what you need to do can really help. And I think having that laser focus of what you need to work on next is crucial if you want to make progress. I think the worst part of having a mentor is that you're going to get put into positions where you might feel a bit uncomfortable, and that's part of growth. So ultimately, if you want to progress to do something that you've never done, you're going to have to do things that you've never done. And part of that means you're going to have to be uncomfortable at times. You're going to have to speak on camera. You're going to have to go and speak to people on the gym floor. And a lot of that can be a little bit scary at times, and it might make you feel a bit nervous. But the more that you do it, you're going to build confidence. So having a coach or a mentor helps guide you through that process, but it also holds you accountable to doing it, so you don't just back off and go into your shell. So I think that because you will require to go out and do these uncomfortable things, having someone there to hold you accountable to make sure that you do it is also crucial. So my goals for the future are to take my business from where it is now, which is largely in the gym, doing one-to-one coaching and group coaching, and to transition that into an online business. And hopefully that will help me buy a little bit of time back to work on my business rather than in it. And that will allow me to go and spend more time with my family, to go on holidays, to work on projects that I want to do within the business as well. So that's my goals for the future. And lastly, I'd like to just say a big thank you to Matt and the rest of the mentoring team, as they have helped me progress my business to where I wouldn't have even dreamed of it a couple of years ago. And now we're continuing to work on projects. There's always things to work on, but ultimately it wouldn't have been where it is now without Matt and everyone's help. So thank you for helping me along the way. And I'd also like to say, if you're thinking about getting a mentor, definitely jump on board and join the team.